Back in November of 2025, something incredible happened. The sky it exploded with light. We're going to break down exactly how this massive solar storm gave millions of people a front row seat to one of the most spectacular shows on, well, off-Earth, the Aurora.
So, let me ask you this. What if the northern lights just showed up in your backyard? I mean, really think about it. You step outside, maybe you're in Alabama, maybe you're in Northern California, and the sky is just alive with these shimmering curtains of green and purple light. It sounds like something straight out of a movie, doesn't it? Well, guess what? For one absolutely incredible night, it wasn't sci-fi at all. On November 12, 2025, that's precisely what happened. This unbelievable celestial light show unfolded in places that almost never get to see it, and it was all thanks to some serious drama happening on the sun.
So what everyone was seeing was the result of what's called a G4 severe geomagnetic storm. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Basically, this super powerful event from the sun pushed the aurora way south of its usual Arctic home. It created this truly once-in-a-generation light show all across the lower 48. So the big questions are, what exactly is a G4 storm, and how in the world did it happen?
Okay, to really get what happened, we've got to look under the hood at the cosmic engine that powered this whole thing. So let's do just that. Let's break down the anatomy of this solar storm, and we're going to start at the very beginning, 93 million miles away, at the sun itself. All right, so it all kicks off with something called a solar flare. The easiest way to think about it, it's like a gigantic explosion on the surface of the sun. And the most powerful ones, the real heavy hitters, they're called X-class. These are the ones that unleash just an unbelievable amount of energy. And right along with that flare, you often get something else, a coronal mass ejection, or a CME for short. Now, if the flare is the bright flash of the cannon, the CME is the actual cannonball. It's this massive cloud of magnetized plasma that gets hurled out into space. And when that cannonball is aimed right at Earth, well, that's when things get really interesting. Now, this particular event, it wasn't just one hit. Oh no, it was more like a 1-2-3 punch. You had an X-class flare on November 8th, then a stronger one on the 10th, and then on the 11th, the biggest one of the entire year. This created what scientists call a stacked impact. You've got 3 waves of this solar plasma racing towards Earth, one after the other, basically clearing a path for that final, most powerful blow to land. So, when those CMEs finally slammed into our planet's magnetic field, they triggered what NOAA officially calls a G4 severe storm. And if you look at this scale, you can see just how serious that is. G4 is literally one step below G5, the extreme level. And G5? That's the one with the potential for widespread power grid collapse. So yeah, this was a very big deal. And to put another number on it, the storm's power peaked at a KP index of 9. For a little context, that's the absolute top of that scale. There's no 10. So think of it like the space weather version of a Category 5 hurricane. It's the kind of thing that puts our entire power grid, our entire technological world, on high alert. So what you have here is this incredible story that's really about 2 things at once: wonder and warning. Because this cosmic hurricane, it had this profound double-edged impact on us, affecting everything from our power grids to our own imagination. On the one hand, you had this amazing sense of awe and just cultural unity. Everybody was looking up. It sparked this viral wave of citizen science and people getting genuinely interested in this stuff. But on the other hand, it was a huge, blinking warning sign. It showed us just how vulnerable our power grids, our satellites, and all our navigation systems really are. And look, these weren't just what-if scenarios. This was real. Power companies were scrambling, enacting emergency procedures to stop their transformers from overloading. Some of NASA's key satellites had to be put into safe mode. Airlines had to reroute flights that go over the poles to avoid scary radio blackouts. This was all happening in real time as the storm hit. And get this, during the storm, your GPS could have been off by as much as 10 to 30 meters. That's up to 100 feet. That's a really concrete example of how this invisible force, all the way from the sun, can have a direct, tangible impact on our lives down here. But you know, in the middle of all these warnings, something pretty amazing happened. The term space weather, who talks about that? It actually started trending globally. It was like this perfect storm of public education, where this beautiful natural show made some pretty complex science go viral. And online, you could see it everywhere. Hashtags like hashtag Northern Lights USA and hashtag G4 Storm just blew up. It was this incredible shared moment of pure awe. It felt like, just for a little while, everyone was an amateur astronomer, all connected by the simple act of looking up at the sky together.
So what's the takeaway from all this? What are the lessons here? Let's dig into what the cosmos taught us that night. About being prepared, about policy, and really, about our place in this incredibly connected universe.
You see, the storm was a critical, real-world stress test for our infrastructure. It really drove home just how urgently we need to harden our electrical grid against these things called GICs, which, by the way, is a hugely complex and expensive job. It also showed we need to protect our satellites better and get our public alert systems for this stuff up to speed. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's a matter of national security.
But on a deeper level, the aurora became this beautiful symbol of just planetary unity, right? It was this shimmering, colorful reminder that Earth's magnetic shield, the invisible force field that protects every single one of us, it doesn't care about borders on a map. It belongs to all of humanity.
And this whole event really helped bring a powerful new idea into focus, something you could call eco-cosmic stewardship. The idea is that our environmental thinking can't just stop at the edge of our atmosphere. It forces us to see our entire technological world as an ecosystem that is totally interconnected with the sun. And that means preparing for space weather is a huge part of long-term sustainability.
And that really leaves us with one final big question. On November 12th, 2025, the sky gave us an absolutely unforgettable show. It was a moment of shared wonder for millions. But we have to ask ourselves, was it also a final